When vlogs are coming out, because like Alex sort of said something about how, are you filming? Sorry.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I'll cut that out.
Day 4, little surprise for you today. We ride to the start because it's only 4k away, so we're riding to the start, and today has the potential to crosswind the crap out of us. But we have Andre and Rick, who are crosswind specialists, and G as well, and myself, who can crosswind quite well. So hopefully we'll all be nicely in a front group of maybe like 10. That won't include anyone like Sam Bennett or Caleb Ewan. And we'll do a monster lead out, drop Andre off, he'll win the stage, Rick will come second, G will come third, I'll come fourth, and all will be well in the world. Somehow I don't think that's going to happen, but we're going to give it a bloody good shot. And yeah, anyway, stay tuned for the start line. So that's enough from me here, because it's not me you want to be listening to really, is it? It's this one.
My cracker line from this morning, because Richie Porte is in the leader's jersey, and I was like, Richie Porte, good at sport. So that's what I'm gonna like hone on today. So whatever winner, and Nathan Haas on the gas.
Great ass.
And great ass. No, Nathan Haas on the gas.
Marco Haller.
Didn't sign with Yalla.
That's correct. No, he signed with Bahrain.
So was Bahrain. He said they gave them watches, and he was like, that were worth a lot of money. I said, that's so nice, like, that's amazing. And he's like, we didn't get to keep them. I'm like, so they gave them watches for the presentation. They're like, oh no, we're going to take those back now.
So he took a picture in a McLaren with a 200 grand watch and then handed the watch back.
Yeah, I was like, that's...
And got out the McLaren.
Yeah. But I think, you know, if they were gifting like $500,000 worth of cars and watches, it'd be pretty expensive.
Yeah.
So enough of.
Yeah, I'm going to hand this over until next time.
We met some people who watch our YouTube channel.
Back on the vlogs.
Yeah, back on the vlogs.
I thought I could get away from these guys.
No way.
Change teams and it's still as full as you.
Fangirling, yeah.
Fangirling.
Hey mate, how are you feeling for today's stage? Fuck, I need to think of something
I
interesting
thought you
to
give
say.
me a better question than that. I'm like,
How
come
you
on.
feeling?
Come on.
What's your thoughts on Richie Porte being good at sport? Because he's the leader at the moment.
Well, I made a comment last night, which is cycling is one of the only sports where bigger guys are literally living in fear of what a 50-kilo man's going to do to them.
He's going to eat you for breakfast.
And to be honest, he beat the hell out of us yesterday. I had to suffer so much because of that dude.
But he's Australian and you're Australian, so...
He's not, well, he's from Tasmania, you know?
Is that not Australian?
Yeah, I mean, Tasmanians all like, oh, you're from the mainland. But actually, I feel like we need to reverse that and be like, well, you're from Tasmania.
We can go round it off with Nathan Haas calling out the non-Australians of the group.
Well, I mean,
Right.
I mean, don't misquote me.
Are we in the way?
Always. Well, these are gold.
You look so grumpy today. You have such a scowl on your face.
It's quite dramatic.
You're so upset with life.
And on that occasion, it was stage 1, it was Sam Bennett. Stage 2, it was Caleb Ewan into Sterling. Of course, yesterday was Richie Porte into Paracone. He wears the Santos Open Leaders jersey. We're just about set to go. I want you all to help me count down. All together. 7,
No one's very
6,
empty.
5,
We've got 10k of just riding easy until they start.
1.
It's a bit anticlimactic really, the race starts, but...
For us, we literally just ride real easy for 10k and then the flag drops. Breakaway might be a fight, might not be, and then eventually the race will...
Like you're all just gently rolling out.
In about 2 hours the race will actually start.
Right.
video?
Yeah.
Oh.
I just wanted to ask you about horse category.
What about the horse category? Because clearly it's when, back in the olden days, there needed to be a horse to carry the person up the climb, and that's where I definitely think horse category came about. Either that or it's horse category, and that's the punishment for sleeping around.
I feel like that is the most valid reason why you would think it's called horse category, because that makes total sense. Obviously you need a horse and cart to get up it. So that's valid. I can't work it out, but I think there must be something to do with bicycles going on here. As you can see, anticlimactic for the start. The gun goes off. Is it a gun? Flag drops. Is it a flag? I don't know. Either way, the race starts, and a lot of the guys at the back are just like, oh yeah, well, guess I better get my legs moving. Another day in the office. And then, as Alex said, it pretty much all kicks off, unless the breakaway goes, it all kicks off about an hour from the finish line, which I will not be at today because it's miles away. So we're gonna go find some koalas to smother in love.
So it's either Champagne or Diana. I'm not sure which is which.
Oh, excuse me, sir.
I don't know.
Still blows my mind when people come up and say hi, because I swear it's like my mum and my nana watching our YouTube videos. I was going to try and run a commentary of today, but honestly once the start's gone, there is nothing. I've got nothing more for you. So Alex, specifically, their team lost their GC guy, so they've been just working for the sprint stages. I think they're all still gelling as a team, and it's the first time Israel have been in World Tour, so they're all just working out what it's like to ride together, I think. Greipel, king of the thighs. I feel like he's earned that title, but his thighs, he's been up there in the mix. 4th, 5th, I think. At the end of the day, it's January, so, you know, the year is long, the season is long. So I'm just here spectating, and I go to the start and I go to the finish, and I haven't actually been anywhere in between because it's a little bit spread out. And honestly, when you drive there, you park up, you wait, you see them whiz past for about 3 seconds. It'd be much easier if you have a bike, which it feels like 90% of Adelaide does, and they're all really nice bikes. Everyone here is really decked out. Matching kit, top of the range bikes, very sleek operation, but there's lots of cyclists about, which is really cool to see, and that is always the best way to see a race, as opposed to being in a car. I really rate their kit. I feel like such a store pick. The next race, I think that they'll all be, well, Alex will be riding in, is the one after this one. The one after this. It's the one in Australia after this one, which now, the Cadell Evans race. Oh god, I need to go wake up properly.
So it's like a podcast, we still toyed with it, every man and his dog's doing a podcast now. Certainly in the World Tour, you know, you got like Geraint Thomas and Luke Rowe, I listened to theirs, it's fantastic, and I was like, I could do it, but YouTube's out, I think.
Oh, look at you! What's happening today?
Gonna do a bicycle race. Pushback.
Oh, did I ruin the filming? Sorry.
No, you think you just made it. Look, your shirt's off. Get that in there. So I'm just going to spin around, but the whole Cofidis team, which is just in front of Israel, I thought I was talking to Nathan, but I wasn't. It was not Nathan. Who was it?
Concerning. It does look quite similar. In a bunch, they're very similar.
I tried to fist pump him, and he just looked at me, and then I was like, oh God, you're not Nathan.
It's like the time you thought Oliver Nason was a German.
Just get like the nervous sweats now, and now I feel like I can't. I need to be away from this area.
There we go. Fine. Yeah, good. 2 days to go.
Second to last day, penultimate day.
Yes.
Filmed right now. This is awkward. What do we do?
Just smile like
Just act natural, pretend like it's not here.
King of the road, trailer for sailoring. Man, trailer for sailoring. Ain't got no cigarettes, but trailer for sailoring. Give, don't pay no.
Good morning from the final stage of Tour Down Under. We're heading out to, I'll miss the start today just because I'm going with Sinead. The start and finish are all in Willunga. If I've pronounced that wrong, I'm sorry. We'll be watching the finish there. Apparently there's a really big hill which is nuts. I don't know what it would be in relation to the Tour de France, some of the, like the Dutch Bend and Beefeater Bend, but that's where everyone goes to watch the guys come in, and it's an uphill finish. Currently Daryl Impey is in the jersey, so we had Richie Porte, good at sport. Don't know what I've got for Daryl Impey. Things that come to mind are Gimpy and Limpy, which I'm not going to put in the same sentence with someone who's won or is potentially going to win this bike race. This is the end of Tour Down Under, and as a race, as a tour, it's been phenomenal. I love it. It's so relaxed. The vibe is just so friendly. Everyone's really stoked to be here. It's not like a European race where it's quite stressful. It's quite intense as a spectator getting in and out of. So I for one will be back next year, and I have loved meeting everyone that watches these vlogs. So thank you for coming up and saying hello. Wow, look at that, I look presentable again. So I think a lot of YouTubers live quite lavish lifestyles, and I know we've been on a super yacht that wasn't ours, once in a lifetime. This hotel room is gorgeous, I have enjoyed it. I said to Alex, you know, if you need some downtime, I've got a nice sofa you can come and hang out on. You can have a romantic dinner around the table and chairs. I know, that's the hotel room. Hey, how are we doing? This was really pointless and amongst the Tour Down Under vlog, but I hope you have enjoyed, and I will take you to Willunga now. But pronounce Willunga, right? Willunga.
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 Ga.
Ga.
Willunga. Important.
King of the road, trailer for sailoring.
I think that was Rick and Andre. Come on, Alex! You can see all of the cyclists behind us, but we're actually power walking up this hill. Sinead can run 3 kilometres in 10 minutes, so I feel like I'm going to be wheezing my way up this. Should have bought a bike. Like so. So basically we've hiked, I say hike because it was a substantial climb. We've hiked nearly 3k, we're 600 metres from the finish line, and I think the breakaways actually got about 3.5 minutes, so they might stay, which will be good to watch. And all of the motorcycles coming through now are telling people who have ridden up, and there are like thousands of cyclists here. It's insane. This is like a European race, which is crazy. It's really, really cool to see that this many Australians and New Zealanders are getting into it like this. I'm just very wary of my sweat moustache because I'm hot and I'm unfit. But they're 2.5 minute gap. So here, we're about to come coming. So we'll see who's coming in.
Sailoring, rules the left, trailer for sailoring. Ain't got no trailer for sailoring.
Waiting for Michael. Yes, because you've so kindly lugged all his shoes up. This is madness. This is madness. Look at it. Ladies and gentlemen, the real MVP of the day, the national champion, here he is! You made it!
Made it.
The watchings in the mirror.
Yeah, objects in the mirror may be closer than they appear, so we got to be careful. Photographer special.
Only
Remember that one.
the eyepiece to be smashed, not the whole camera.
Oh, looks intense. They're going to hit the bottom with the lead.
You got a commentator here.
Almost a minute.
Yeah, commentator. So can we just get who's going to be first, second, third on the stage here?
First, second, third. Whoa, I don't know. Looks like these guys are staying away. They got about 30 seconds a minute.
Okay.
But if it's not, that's going to be Richie
Porte, good at sport.
Richie Porte, good at sport.
Yeah.
Then Daryl Impey.
Not
Then
yeah.
oh, who's next? Who do you reckon? I was going to say Rowan. Let's put Rowan in there.
Rowan in there. Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, where's Alex?
Alex is still coming. Alex is still
You
coming.
should see Alex's result from last year here. I think he and Nathan like DFL'd.
Come on, Alex! There we go. Tried to find Alex, couldn't. Everything's a bit chaotic at the end when it's a mountain stage finish. So just watching the presentation. Richie Porte won overall. Good at sport. It's a wrap on Tour Down Under, coming at you from the office of Alex Dowsett, and I've just popped in to say hi. Just a bit of a recap on the week, Alex. What are your thoughts?
Wow, where do I start?
I had quite a hard day because I had to walk. I had to walk 3 kilometres uphill and then another 2 kilometres trying to find the team, and then 3 kilometres back downhill. So.
And you didn't actually find us.
And I didn't find you in the end.
Home.
Yeah, so quite a tough day for me, really. I think it's been quite tiring.
Yeah.
What were you saying? Sorry.
I made it over Willunga Hill the first time with the group, so that was great. I mean, they didn't go that hard, but we don't talk about that. It's 400 watts for 10 minutes. That's, it's a little bitey, but and then dropped James and Omer off and cruised up and took in the atmosphere on the last lap.
And you like Tour Down Under?
I do like Tour Down Under. I mean, it's stressful. There's been a lot of crashes this week, but I've come away unscathed, which ultimately, for me personally, is the priority.
And you also improved on last year, where Laura actually put it as DFL'd, and I had to question, what is DFL? And DFL, ladies and gentlemen, means
dead fucking last.
And you were not.
Nathan and I had a shocker of a day on the last day, and then I got in the break. Last year I got in the breakaway on the final day, went from the gun, as you do, sat down, and I was like, oh, I don't think I've got great legs. And last year I was getting my eating all wrong. I was still trying to lose weight and it just wasn't fueling enough. So I basically hunger flatted immediately whilst in the breakaway. But I was with 2 under 23, so I was like, this is cool. I can control our pace, and then subsequently that will control the peloton's pace, and all will be well because we'll just ride at my pace. So I basically the whole Tour Down Under will ride at the Alex Dowsett comfortable pace.
How'd that work out?
Well, the problem is then one of the under 23s dropped back to the bunch and was replaced with Jascha Sutterlin, who's very strong, Bagdonas, who's very strong, Lucas Posselberger, who's very strong, Danny Van Poppel, who's very strong, and then Thomas de Gendt, who I don't even need to tell you is very strong. So then we didn't ride at Alex Dowsett pace, we rode at Thomas de Gendt pace. And I had to sit on quite a bit, and I was first dropped. Went back to the bunch, was dropped before we even hit Willunga Hill, first time round, and finished about 20-something minutes down, which wasn't great.
So wrap it up now.
But it was, but so today was better.
Today was a good day.
Yeah.
And it was a nice tour, and Adelaide, I think, is a really beautiful part of Australia and very, very well set up for cyclists. Everyone here doesn't work but has a lot of money to throw at kit and bikes.
Yeah.
So it was noted. We saw you in your Rafa kit, a lot of Rafa. We saw you.
Some of them waved though.
Yeah, no, they were all, I think like everyone was really friendly, and again, really, really nice to meet people that watch these clips.
But I think, yeah, we rode through some of the bushfire affected areas, and that was pretty eye-opening actually. We ran an auction for a jersey, which went really well. Lots of jerseys, all the team. What's been nice is the teams have all rallied around the cause, and everyone's sort of done their bit to help, which has been cool. So this has been a race with a completely different. I'm going to take you this now.
It's real heavy.
It's not that heavy. So this has been a race with a different agenda, I guess, and that's been.
And visiting the wildlife park, where there were only a few animals who had been rescued and sent there, just because sadly there's really not actually too many animals to rescue.
Australia's been hit hard, so it was questioned whether we should be here, and we absolutely should have been here.
Support local business. Come and visit. Australia is open for tourism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Anyway.
Yeah. Bye.
Off to Melbourne and Torquay to race Cadell's race. Quite something that he's got a race named after him. No other pro's got that. Not a World Tour race as well. I wonder if someone will name it like.
Cadell, he was a rider.
Yeah, very good one. He was world champion.
Oh, I thought it was a place.
Only won the Tour de France.
Oh.
On that note, I don't think I'll have a World Tour race named after me.
Hey, we'll have a race. Me and Albert. We'll set up the tour of
tinfoil.
The tour of Dowsett, and Albert will be the stage winner of Chasing Tinfoil.
Yeah.
And then you're off to
Herald Sun Tour, which will be a first, which will be cool. Catch up with Michael, race against Michael Freebo for the first time.
Who you would
Second
have seen
time
throughout this video.
Yeah.
And then I'll see you later. Bye.
Yeah. Cheerio.
Bye.